Hello everybody, my name is Sasha and welcome to my channel. And in this video I'm going to share with you my experience, why it was hard for me to be in Finland. Let's get started. Maybe most of you already thinking that, oh, probably it was hard for her to be in Finland because Finnish people against Russians and that kind of stuff, but it's not true. It's not the point of this video. So let's just start from the beginning. When I arrived in Finland, I was as an exchange student there, in the first days we had some kind of orientation where you're getting to know their people, like foreigners, and I knew that my level of English probably not so perfect, so I was able to say something, but it was very hard for me from the beginning to make the whole sentence, kind of to start it from the beginning to an end without any stoppings and without making any mistakes. By the way, I'm still making mistakes, hope you will forgive me for that. So I had this fear that if I speak English and make some mistake, everybody will laugh on me, which actually happened in our high school. I never had like real practice when you just plunging into some like sphere, like where you need to communicate 24 hours per day just in English. Finland became for me this kind of country, and of course because of that initially it was hard to get to know people because it was hard for them to speak with me, to have some conversation, and I understand that, so I'm not blaming anybody. I understand that it's very hard to listen this slow speech when the person don't know the word, what he want to say, what he want to use and stuff, when he always using Google Translator, so I understand. Like during maybe 2 or 3 weeks I just tried to follow some companies to practice my English skills, and I can say that after that time I was able already to speak normal English. So, and after 1 month I became like speaker, almost fluently speaker. So at least I could make some conversation without any stoppings, and it was very understandable what I want to say and what I mean. After a while, when I already got my English skills in a normal level to communicate with some also Finnish people, for example, we had in our university, I studied like media program, so we had some kind of get to know each other party or stuff. And since that time, like I met some Finnish people, and we also started to like chill together, and they invited me to some also parties. So, and since that moment of my video, the interesting part begins. So I can say that Finnish people are very kind. It can seem that they don't want to talk to you, but that's not like that. I mean, Finnish people are very closed, like they are just inside themselves, and you need really to ask lots of questions from them and spend some time with them, that they will normally speak with you and open their mind and heart and everything. The most kind of uncomfortable stuff for me was like when I was in some company. Of course, because it's Finnish people, they communicated between each other in Finnish. Before I came to Finland, I didn't have any kind of like Finnish skills, even though when I had some Finnish lessons like for beginners, still you can't fully understand the subject and you can't join it in English. And I can say that almost all Finnish people, they can speak English, so it's not a problem, especially like young people. But still, when there were some conversations, it was very hard for me just to sit and kind of like, you know, look around and make a vision that, oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. Of course, then some of the people, they translated to me, or sometimes some like topics they discussed in English that I also kind of would understand. But still, most of the time, people spoke Finnish, and I'm not blaming them because, well, I came to their country, and that's okay. It's their language, so they can speak whatever they want. And thank you that you even invited me to the same party. So I was very grateful for that. But just I want you to understand from the point of foreigners. It doesn't matter in what country you are. I think if you have ever been in some different countries and you lived in it, in which they're not speaking the language with which you're familiar with, so you would understand what I felt. So, and I really firstly, it was very hard to kind of be there, you know, because you just really need to sit and like chill out with yourself. I mean, like seriously, you just like thinking about your own stuff, like during the speaking Finnish, like your own deals. Oh, did I put the water off? Like, oh, did I like did my nails or something like that? And like then they are kinda translating to you. Of course, they're just saying like one or two sentences. Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's so interesting. So kinda, even though if you start to say your point, it was already the finish, like you know, the conversation. So they already discussed everything and like kind of course they're listening your point, but you just feel that it's not important anymore, maybe, even though maybe if it is, but you still have this feeling. So that's why for me it was like one of the reasons why it was hard to be in Finland. So, but not the main one. When I came to Finland, and like we had this also exchange company, this like Finnish company, still like, you know, we visited some events, there were some parties organized, some kind of activities and stuff, but I felt so kinda that I have nothing to do here. Not because I'm not interested in anything, but just because it's all calm there. All the buildings, they are so same. Like I lived in Joensuu, and in Helsinki, in my opinion, it was better because it was bigger city, and like some places they're not closing so early. There is just more opportunities where you can go and how you can spend your daily life. But in Joensuu, it felt so kinda even lonely because of that. Because even though in St. Petersburg, if I have nothing to do or nobody to meet, I know that I can just go to the city center, walk there, and I will receive my portion of happiness, like of emotions, because I can at least observe their architecture, even though I saw it like 2000 times, but still. That I can maybe visit cinema, like go to some theater, to some like park, to some different festivals, to some exhibition which just opened. So you can just open, you know, like the internet and check what event in St. Petersburg today is going on, and it will not like close at 6 p.m. And after that you will not find anything. So there is multiple opportunities, and that's what I missed in Finland. Yeah, I like cycled around the city. I like observed everything. I did my like yoga even. I'm saying even because I like yoga, but in St. Petersburg I just don't have so much time sometimes to do that. So I did yoga, I did meditations, I visited some gym, like some sports, some events which were organized by our university, and also some like students party and stuff. I like created some movies, well, everything. I visited bowling and stuff, but still it felt that it's not enough, because sometimes you just like need to sit at your home, at your own room, and sometimes you're thinking like, okay, like we could, for example, do something maybe if I invite some person to somewhere, but then you understand that, well, there isn't so much choices what we can even do. Oh, we can drink coffee, or we could go to bowling. Oh, actually we visited bowling already like previous week. Or like, oh, we can cycle. What else? So just, of course, I'm not saying that there isn't anything to do at all, but I just missed that kind of varieties of opportunities, you know, that you can do in St. Petersburg and what you couldn't do in Finland. And I also understand that, for example, if I wouldn't be so lucky enough and I will live in Russia, for example, in some small city, then I would have same kind of daily life, that I would not have so much choices, opportunities and whatever. But from my point, that I'm from big city, for me it was really hard. I can say that sometimes, like maybe in first months, I even cried like in the evenings because I felt so lonely. I felt that it's so boring kinda here. I even checked just for interest like statistic of suicide in Finland, because I understood in my brains that if I'm feeling that bad but I'm just a visitor here, how bad like Finnish people can feel when they are always in this kind of situation. Of course, I think most of the people, because they were born in these kind of cities, it's okay for them, so they adapted to it like since they're like even existing, and maybe they're not feeling like same as I feel, because I experienced something bigger, like where is more opportunities and stuff. That's really sad. In the lessons it was very hard. I was only one in the first semester, and in the second semester there were like 3 of us who was exchange students in media, so we supposed to study with Finnish guys. And all of the lessons were held in Finnish, and also like same as just in the parties, teachers translated just the main parts, you know, just some main points, and then they asked you some questions about that like topic, and that's basically all. I hope you like this video. Give me a big thumbs up, and maybe also text in the comments down below if you're faced with the same situations in your life, and maybe you had some different experience, so just let me know. Okay, so thank you so much for your attention, and see you guys soon. Bye!